All right. Hello, YouTube. Looks like it's having a hard time with lighting and focusing because there's such a bright light here in the RV tonight. I just wanted to show off some little lamps that I made, pulling components from other RVs because I'm in a scrapyard, so I can pull whatever I need. And actually, now that might become very important. Yeah, the ability to pull parts and things that I need for free. And what I'm talking about is things for building. We're about to build again, assuming I didn't get scammed. Just had a major development. For those of you who've been following the channel, you know that let me try to make a little. You know what? I should have set up my little chair. I didn't set up my little table. So I don't have my my little chair thingy, so I can't sit. And we're live now. But anyhow, you'll just have to deal with me laying down and talking to you. But you might notice that's a video of Hut 2.0 there on the screen, if I can get this stupid camera to focus. Hey, Kira, how's it going? Gail, how's it going? I'm actually very excited right now. I've been excited since yesterday, because yesterday I placed a bid. And you might be wondering, what's he talking about? What the heck is Denoy talking about? I'm talking about building. This time for real. Not a test, not a dry run, not let me see if I can do it, how fast I can do it, and how cheap. Well, it's still going to be how cheap I can do it, because obviously I don't have much money. But I bought some land. I'm not going to probably do like the detailed, vlogs on regular YouTube. My videos, that I did with the yurt, the hut builds, and all that, they were kind of boring, and people didn't really watch them. So what I will do is put them up though, because for my channel supporters, the members, I'm gonna go ahead and do the videos just like I do here, where I show what's happening in the status, like a sort of like a vlog, update you on what's going on. Regular YouTube, I will probably do a video that'll be like one video, just like normal people do on YouTube. Like, they don't do the build every day and then show you day by day, because that gets boring. People want to see a video in like 5 or 10 minutes from the time you clear the ground to having the building completely done. Except we might build multiple buildings. What I did was, you guys know I was planning on going to Thailand, and then with COVID and everything else going on in the world, basically, I've had to change my plans around. And so I had been saving some money for airline tickets, for my wife and I, and to try to have money for all the paperwork, visas, passports, everything else you have to pay. There's a lot of stuff you have to pay to move. And then trying to make sure I had a little bit of money to just survive long enough when I got to Thailand, and then quickly trying to settle in and live really cheap in Thailand. That was the plan. But that didn't happen because COVID, Thailand's all messed up right now with the protests. It's a messed up world, and even travel right now, it's kind of crazy. Okay, so my new plan, and you guys are aware of that, is to kind of stay here at this junkyard, the RV place where I'm staying, even though it's costing me money every month. But still, it's located close enough to work, and I have the ability to just be normal and try to reset my brain and try to get back to some normalcy. But my plan is to actually potentially travel the United States and then go, the rest of the world. But basing my home now in the United States. The issue, though, is I don't want to live in a junkyard. Not all my life. This is a temporary thing, is what I tell myself. And after discussing the situation with my wife, I decided to divert the money that I was saving, for going to Thailand, to buying land. Now, land is kind of expensive, especially if you want land that's like in Florida, that's good land. So I wasn't able to get like good land because it's expensive. Like even just a plot of land in Florida is like $20,000, which obviously I didn't raise in a few months. It would take me too long to raise that. So I bought cheap land. I bought basically swamp land, which for a lot of people is bad. People say, you can't build there, it's swamp. But you can see we were building in the swamp previously. And some of you might have wondered, like, why I spent like $800 building Hut 2.0. That was for me practice because I'm like, well, if I had to pay for a college class or try to learn how to do this stuff, I could spend a couple $1,000s, listening to a lecture and then helping somebody build a building to learn. Or I could buy the materials myself and just try to build like a single person building out in the woods, without heavy equipment. All I had was a chainsaw, my hammer and nails, electric screwdriver, and an electric jigsaw. That was it. And I powered it through my power pack that I made from, that I took from the car using the car battery. And I was able to build Hut 2.0 in basically, I think it was like just a couple weeks. I put that whole building up in a couple weeks. And I bought like 1.25 acres of land. And it is my land, which does allow building on it. Can't build like a real building, but I could build a camp I could do without being basically kicked out. So right now I've made the payment to the seller. He's still doing the paperwork. I'm just hoping that everything goes through smoothly and I'm not being scammed. I didn't just lose all my money. But I bought it online. I'll talk more about it to the basically with the members, the channel members, because it's a lot of people don't really get into this stuff. But the channel members will get all the background stuff, like like as soon as the paperwork goes through, as soon as I go for the first time to go look at the land to assess it, to see what I actually bought. I could only see it from like pictures, didn't get a chance to go look at it in person, but I went ahead and bought it because I was like, well, it was affordable for me and I could actually build something that would become home base. So when my wife and I decide to travel the United States, at least, we have a home base, or we will have a home base. So what I'm planning on doing is building an off-grid home base camp that's going to have modern conveniences without spending too much money. I think my goal is to keep it just slightly more than what it cost me in the past to build the test ones. Like Hut 2.0 cost was about $800, and it was actually habitable. You could live in it. The weak point on it was the roof, which a lot of people pointed out, because I didn't spend money on it because roofing would be very expensive. So I've been trying to figure out ways to do roofing that would be cheaper and stuff. Building stuff like this gave me basically some ideas, and also knowing how hard it was or how easy it was and what was involved. So when I get my own land, I'm going to go out, and the first thing I'm going to do is assess the land and see what natural resources I have, like how many trees, bushes, and things like that, and what the terrain looks like, and if there's water, what kind of ground it has, if it's dirt, sand, or what. Because I'm planning on using the materials. But what I'm going to do mainly, the first thing I'm going to try to do is just take the RV out there to park it. So, but that's not going to happen for a while. The reason it's going to not going to happen for a while is, when I bought the land, I would like to have land here where I'm working, but the land around here where I'm working is like $20,000 for a quarter of an acre, $10,000 to $20,000 for a quarter of an acre, like 0.10 or 0.10, 0.22, whatever it is, of an acre, and it's like way more than I can afford. Whereas the land that I'm getting, because it's kind of swamp, but it's also kind of far away. But what I'm going to do is actually start commuting, like on the weekends and stuff, to go work on that homestead, if you want to call it that. But it's not really a true homestead. It's more of a camp. But what I plan on doing is building it for as cheap as possible. But not only that, I'll be testing some real building ideas, not just temporary structures, but places that people could build for a camp or a homestead if they were intending on living on it. So if you want to follow that series, the people who are members of the channel will be following it as it develops and as I figure it out, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it as I'm doing it. Just as I didn't know what I was doing with the huts and the yurts, I was building it as I was building. There was a general plan, not a detailed plan, and then as I was doing it, But I'm actually reviewing my videos. It's like my own videos are becoming handy for me right now, because I did like Hut 2.0. I really loved the design, because I did live in it, and it had everything. I mean, it was probably about 300 or 400 square feet, and it cost me about $800. I think if I built the same building and made it nice, I could probably do it for under $2,000, like a real house with water and electricity and all that. Well, actually, all that would be additional, but the basic structure, with a nice roof and everything. But I'm thinking of potentially building for the main building another hut, like Hut 3.0. And Hut 3.0 will be based on Hut 2.0, but even better. Hut 2.0 was, like I said, about 300 or 400 square feet. The new hut, maybe the same size or even larger, probably larger. And I will probably, some people, like when they build things, they say, well, we're going to do it with all junk. We're going to do it all with scrap. Or they go really high end. Like some people, I was watching this show, like off-grid shows, and I'm like, what the hell? The building they were building was like almost 2,000 square feet. And then they had big, huge, giant machines they're doing it. I'm like, that's not really, I mean, it is, they were living off grid, they were remote, but it's not really, it's a house, an expensive house they put out in the woods. My house total cost is probably, my goal is about 2,000, maybe 2,500 total. That doesn't include solar, because once we get the solar power, it starts to get expensive. Although I know a source for used solar panels. I'm planning on having maybe 1,000 to 2,000 watts of solar panel with 1,000 to 2,000 amp hours of batteries. So that system alone is probably going to cost me $2,000 just for the solar. And I'm willing to spend it because this is my house. Now, not just a temporary thing that I'm going to build and discard or let it rot or whatever. I'm building it to be usable, like a real place. And I'm also trying to, the reason I want so much power is because I want to be able to run air conditioning in the building, I'm planning on using, I already have some of the stuff, see? Some of the materials I picked up that are in the RV are going to be used in it, And I also have an RV that I could park there to live there, When I'm initially building, I don't know if I probably won't have the RV there. The reason I probably won't have the RV there is because I still need to stay here and work, because that's what's financing everything. I have to keep my job so that I can, have the money to get the materials. And it's going to be built piece by piece. But once I assess the land and see what's available, I'm going to build different structures. And then some other ideas that I'm going to be doing is possibly building from trash. Because, we on this channel, we build a lot of stuff from trash. And 1954 Shadow says, call the house built enough. my naming convention tends to be like Hut 1.0, Hut 2.0, Hut 3.0, Yurt 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. This is going to be Hut 3.0, but it may have a name. Okay, well, maybe we'll do a little thing with the viewers, and you guys can help me name it. Maybe, yeah, like he was saying, like, what did he say? Built enough, or good enough, 2.0, 3.0, I don't know. But you guys will help me name it. But I'm planning on building probably another hut similar to what I have right now. So look forward to that as the main building. But because it's my own land, I'm going to be able to experiment. Like, I want to build a mud building. I want to build a plastic bottle building. I want to build a yurt. It's 1.25 acres with about 1 acre usable. So I'll be able to actually experiment. So look forward to that. It is very exciting news. I did make the payment today. The guy is supposedly trying to get all the paperwork done on the other end and get the deed and the title and all that sorted out. Once I get that, I will try to do a tour of the video for the members. As far as the viewers, I'll film all this content. You won't see it until the final video, because I'm just going to make a video that's going to be maybe 10-15 minutes long. But on the member side, you guys will see it as you see my normal vlogs, which are kind of boring for most people. But those people that want to see what it actually is like when I'm there, when I'm trying to figure it out, or when I make mistakes, like things don't go the way you plan. So you'll get to see all that and experience as I experience it because it's not scripted. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I thought that you guys might want to know that's what's going on. And I'm going to actually take advantage of the fact that I'm at the junkyard right now because, the guy said I can pull stuff. So I'm going to be pulling things like hinges, screws, cabinets and things like that they're going to crush and throw away anyways. So the houses and the huts and stuff may look kind of like an RV. Part of the reason for pulling things, even though building it is pretty cool too, is that it saves money and it also saves time. So I can have like nice looking things that, somebody pre-built. Now, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I want to thank you all for joining me. Look forward to those videos. Members, you will get the special treatment. Those that have joined the channel, you will finally get to see the channel membership videos because that's what's going to be on it. And regular channel, we'll continue the normal stuff that we do, but I'll do updates occasionally. And when the video's done, it'll be on the regular YouTube so everybody can see everything, in a short version that people would rather watch than watching these long videos. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Bruce wants to know if I'm still in Planet Fitness. All the shows are still shut down in Las Vegas, looking for things to get back to so-called normal. Bruce, I'm no longer, I haven't been with Planet Fitness and stuff for a long time. Maybe I'll do some videos, more about what you can do to shower. But like right now, I actually shower in my own RV, even though the water's not running. I had this stupid thing, by the way, don't buy this model. It's a piece of shit. It's crap. I was going to do the review and do the follow-up, and it wouldn't charge again. It wouldn't hold a charge. So I paid like $30-40 for this, and I think Kira bought the same model based on my initial unboxing. So I really should do that video or put on that other video, don't buy this piece of crap. So, but I actually use a little container and just hot water or warm water and then just rinse myself like I would in Thailand. And maybe I'll talk about that. Like, people in America tend to make things really fancy and complicated. When you're trying to take a bath or a shower, all you need to do is just get yourself wet, soap up, rinse off. You don't need a massage head or a sprinkle head shower or all that. But, it's a Western thing, I think. But my hut and stuff, I'm going to put in a shower. Partially because my wife, I got to make sure that whatever I build, whatever I design, it's going to have to be as normal as possible, even though we're going to go on very low budget. House of the Rising Sun. I like that. We'll have to see the sunrises there and what it looks like. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Look forward to it. You're going to see one of the first things I may try to build. It depends on what happens, but one of the first things I'm probably going to try to build out there on my homestead or my campground, my land, is going to be Hut 3.0. Assuming I have enough money saved up. My budget for the entire the building and stuff, other than, obviously, the solar system and stuff like that, it's going to be more expensive. But just the basic building budget's going to be about $2,000. I'm going to try to stay within $2,500 for the entire build. Other than the batteries and the solar and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. It should be very interesting, and for me, it'll be nice because I know I loved Hut 2.0. So Hut 3.0, having more money means, to work with means that it should be a lot better. And I'm planning on including stuff like maybe even jacuzzi. So look forward to that. It's going to be a hut, but it's going to be not a hut. So until next time, everyone, take care. Look forward to it. I'll be updating the channel members. Hopefully I hear from the landowner. Hopefully I hear from him soon, and hopefully I can head out there and give you guys a preview on what's happening, and you can explore it with me, and maybe you have some ideas too on what I can do out there. Take care, everybody. Have a good night, and if you're morning right now, have a good morning. Thanks for joining me, everybody. All right, take care. Bye-bye now.